Hello, hello. Apparently, I had set the stream to unlisted, and that's why nobody was actually seeing any notices. So I was like, well, let me change it to public. It might be a good idea to change it to public if you want people to actually see the live stream. I'm like, boy, no one's getting on. It was unlisted the whole time. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about Ford doing what Ford does. They are actually suing a company that what they do is they take a existing Bronco, like the new Bronco that came out, and they throw vintage bodies on top of it. And Ford is suing them. And in this case, I'm going to say that they're right. I think they're 100% right to do this. And I'll explain why in sort of a, I don't want to say legal way, but I want to say maybe when it comes to, I want to say morals, right? Imagine you invent something and you have a trademark on it. And then somebody literally takes what you made, have a trademark and maybe a copyright, and then they go ahead and try to reproduce it and make more money on it. And what it does, it puts you in competition with you, but you're not getting any of the money. We'll talk about that. Also, across my radar, there's been a couple of clips of this new podcast called Monoxide. I've actually seen some of the clips, and the gentleman is an extremely well-spoken person. It's a car-related podcast, and he had a guy on that said some stuff about ethanol that apparently pissed a lot of people off, and I'd like to play some of that because a lot of the knowledge that they're dropping seems to be backed by some, let's just say, science-based stuff. He also had the guy, I think Aaron from the Viper guy. I am so sorry. I'm terrible with the Viper stuff, but I love what he is saying, what he's talking about, how supercharging a Viper is kind of a waste of money. It's better just to go with a Motec and twin turbos on a stock motor, and you can just get after it because the Vipers tend to have snout issues based on the length of the motor, the size of the crank, and the, let's say the lack of room for crank support on that platform. So yeah, we'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people out there.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
No, it's not Calvo. It's the other guy, Nth Moto. That's right. Nth Moto is the guy that talks about that stuff. We'll show some clips. It's a good deal. D&A-Performance.com. Get your Amory tumblers there after you spend $1,000. So if you're gonna buy a fuel system, wheels, tires, anything like that, anything that's $1,000, let him know you're an Amory member, and he will throw in a tumbler, big, super sized, stupid, large, crazy tumbler with Amory logos. PMAS, take James and PMAS. I'm going to get myself a 24 cold air intake. I'm going to give it to Donnie, put it on 24 and F-150, and we'll see if we can see how much of a difference it makes on a stock vehicle. He tried E30 tuning, then he tried E30 mix and E50, and it ended up trimming in 10%. I said, cut the shit, Donnie. Parts.com, the online parts house for used parts, used rolling chassis, cranker pallets, interior parts, you name it. The Parts Farm has the best late model selection for used parts. They ship, easy to get a hold of. Check them out at Parts Farm, partsfarm.com. And Toyota Solution, Rami's on Toyota Solution. They went over down to Dominican Republic. Who knew they had roads? And they actually did some racing in. I think he came in first or second in the roll race stuff. Cool to see him do that shit down there in Dominican Republic. He is a hustling motherfucker. And Bellac Industries, Bellac, the best wheels for you to let everyone know in the neighborhood that you sell drugs, and you don't care to show everyone that you are a drug dealing motherfucker. We'll say hi to the people here, then we'll talk about Ford. We'll read the Drive article, and we'll talk about the Monoxide clips that I think are very interesting. Cody Jones, Flow 99, Anthony, Bryson Witt. By the way, Bryson Witt on the actually let me give a little bit of a shout out to Rich Prince. richprince.com/YDBT. Go there, get your shirts. I bought myself $200 worth of shit yesterday. I posted it on my Patreon. And speaking of the Patreon, again, richprince.com. I get paid. You guys get merch. That's what you wanted the whole time. We got a great partner. They have been absolutely awesome. Also, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you have today I started doing giveaways on Patreon. That's right. I have a bunch of, believe it or not, MFP crank support. I received a package of, I think, 8 crank supports, 3 6-rib Whipple, 3 10-rib Whipple crank supports only. And he sent me a crank support for the GT500, right? And on top of that, he sent the tensioner bracket and everything with the Shelby logo on it. Now, this is for an 07 to 14 Shelby. And on Patreon, Bryson and SVT, aka Kilometers, I gave them the option because those are my 2 GT500 guys that get after it. And we agreed that this is going to go to Bryson with a beautiful, beautiful piece by MFP. Some anodizing. You can get it anodized by MFP, MFP crank support, and their little pulley system here. Standalone, whatever you want to call it. And I gave Kilometers my headers. My 2-inch primary headers. I'm sick and tired of putting them for sale and dealing with people. I'd rather just give it to somebody that's going to represent the Amory. So shout out to Bryson Witt and Kilometers for winning that stuff. We got Joe Jackson, Valley 10-Speed, Ken Phillips, DNA High Performers, Tucson, Phil Fez, Ugly Duck, More Pews, More Boost. We got Slow 99, Joe Swish, Cornfed Cow, Alex Loves for Electric Cars, Bondo Bird, Jordan Wigginton, Oscar Hernandez, Leon Phelps, Louis Lou, Nat Jude, T. Dixon, Jose Sanchez, Nardi Mercado, Clint Stroh, Craig Walls. What's up, brother? Bondobert, Fuse, Dustin Garrison a couple of times, Andy, T. Sikorsky, Douche John, Jeremiah Smith, Monty 540, Nick, Jamoke A-Hole, Matt Oliver, Anthony, Josh Roy, A. Daytona, Rigo, SVT, Clean 93 GT, Ale Al Husseini, JD Swag, Jeff Betts, Toby, CTSV, Sean, Dixon, Harley, MCJ, SVT mile per hour, Mr. Kilometers himself. Pac-Man says, what's in the middle of your last recorded stream when this started? Got to switch to the live chat. By the way, loved my Engage, never letting it go. Douche John, Alex's love for electric cars. Sue, Timmy, that green RCSP, Ugly Duck, Michael Rodriguez, Coyote Souza, Ken Phillips, a couple of times JD Swag, and all the usual suspects that make this show go around. Let's get right after it. Let's get the show on the road. No messing around. Bam! Ford sues company for body swapping new Broncos with classic Bronco design. Vintage Broncos made headlines early this year with a new line of body swap Broncos, but now Ford has filed suit to shut it down. This was, when did this article come out? It doesn't say. Who cares? Ford is serious about protecting its most iconic nameplates. If you plan on using the Ford Mustang Bronco trademarks, Ford Mustang or Bronco trademarks to make a buck, you better clear with the automaker first. Otherwise, Ford's legal team will come after you and quickly. That's what we're seeing right now as the Dearborn manufacturer has filed lawsuit against company called Vintage Broncos. Ford filed a formal complaint with the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of Georgia on October 31st. Vintage Broncos, the subject of a complaint, is a company that takes modern 6th generation Broncos, makes them look like the classic Ford, believes the business is doing this illegally. A spokesperson for the automaker sent the following statement to the Drive. Bronco is one of the most famous and loved brands in the world. Vintage Broncos, unauthorized modifications, and resale of modern Ford Broncos, reselling them as vintage is misleading and unfairly profits from Ford and Bronco brand assets that we have spent decades building. We have an obligation to take all appropriate steps to stop those who put customers at risk on the coattails of Ford's significant investment and reputation. Vintage Broncos was in the news earlier this year after blending classic blue oval design styling with modern powertrain and tech. We even wrote about the company in May. Essentially, it goes beyond what Ford offers with any of its retro packages by putting reworked retro style body on top of a new Bronco chassis. You can apparently spec them with a 5-liter Coyote V8 or a 2.3-liter EcoBoost or an electric drivetrain of unspecified origins. Customers need to spend at least $169,000 to get one. It's unclear exactly how Vintage Broncos creates these bodies. Though it seems to be done in-house, it's also unclear if they meet the safety standards as a factory Ford Bronco, which is worth noting. That is interesting. First, they were a complete restoration. Then came the resto mods we see all the time. And now Vintage Broncos argues its modern cars are top tier. That is a very good point to put out there. The fact that where are they getting these bodies? And after you body swap a new Bronco chassis with a 5-liter, does it pass the NHTSA testing when it comes to crash safety standards? You can't just start plopping bodies on things and selling them as Ford Broncos. Now, obviously, because there's copyright, there's trademark infringement and all that stuff, I 100% agree. Hey, Alex, I hope it's not too much to ask, but only 5 of them made blues. Only but they only made 5 of them blue supports. Would it be possible for you to sign that motherfucker? If not, no big deal. Do I'll sign it? You want me to sign? You want me to sign this? You want me to sign this, Bryson? I'll sign it, whatever the fuck you want. I got you, bro. He's been an awesome supporter. So Ford goes out there, invents the Bronco vehicle, and then spends billions of dollars making these vehicles. Billions of dollars, making them from scratch, passing the NHTSA standards, passing all of the testing, mile per gallon, all this shit, right? Then a company goes, oh, look, a company is already making the chassis we need. We have in-house bodies. We're just going to swap them in, do all the doohickeys and make it all work, and then say, hey, look, vintage Ford Bronco on a modern chassis. Now, that in and of itself wouldn't be an issue if you weren't competing against yourself. Ford now puts out a product, puts billions of dollars in advertising, again, everything. Just name it. You name it. Imagine what goes into making a vehicle. Imagine everything that goes into it. From everyone that makes the lug nuts to the wiring harnesses to the rug to the paint, like everything. And then you put it out there in the wild, and then someone says, thank you. We'll take that. We have a body here. We're going to put it on. We're going to call it a Ford Bronco and sell it as a Ford Bronco. Even though it's called a vintage Bronco, it's still a Ford Bronco. Has a Ford computer, has a Ford engine, Ford drivetrain, Ford frame, Ford everything. We just shoved our body on top of it and sell it for $170,000. That is absolute bullshit. I actually agree with Ford on this one. I'm going to actually say this is exactly what copywriting and trademarking is supposed to do. Is supposed to prevent people from making unauthorized reproductions, same as the guy TJ Hunt literally ripping off the whole GTD body kit and then selling it and going, I don't understand what the problem is. Okay, make something, TJ. Make something, put money into it, millions of dollars on its own. And again, I don't know him from Adam. I'm not trying to go after him specifically. But the fact that you made a video complaining that a manufacturer is protecting itself from people piggybacking, riding coattails, making the kit exactly almost to a T, almost undecipherable. This GTD repop looks exactly like the GTD on the road. So imagine you buy a $300,000 GTD, you're rolling down the road thinking you're King Daddy, and a fucking GT looks exactly like yours. And you're like, hey, is that a GTD? No, it's a repop from TJ Hunt's company. And you're like, I'd complain. I'd be like, Ford, why are you allowing these motherfuckers to literally rip off your kit? And that's what they did. They put a cease and desist on the deal and killed that whole kit, which I agree with. I dislike a lot of the Ford, let's just say that their latest, I don't like their fucking CEO, okay? I don't like how he's running the company. But when it comes to protecting their intellectual property, protecting their copyright trademarks and their name, yes, they have to go out of their way and say, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. If you keep producing that shit, you will get sued into oblivion like Mike Tyson. And I think it was the right thing to do. You can't compete against yourself because people are just going to say, I'm just going to wait. And I'm going to wait until, Vintage Broncos comes out with a EcoBoost Bronco with an old body on it. And again, who knows if those things pass actual safety standards. Imagine you get into a vintage Bronco with a Coyote. They don't come with a Coyote. Guys, they do not come with a Coyote. The only ones that come with a Coyote is an off-road version. And off-road versions don't have to go through the scrutiny of the crash testing and the mile per gallon standards or anything like that. So who knows what that engine in that frame with a aftermarket body causes, or what happens in an accident situation, in that weird frontal impact or side impact with a big heavy Coyote in it, a 6R or 10R80. They have to protect not only themselves, but they also have to protect the public because the name on the vehicle that they're selling is Bronco or Ford. So let's say you don't know any better, because let's be honest, a lot of people don't know shit. So they go out there and they buy a vintage Bronco with a Coyote 10R control pack, and it's got like some bullshit Holly dash. And you go out there and you drive and you get into an accident, right? And you get fucked up, frames all jacked up, motors in your guts, right? And then who are you going to sue? right? You're going to go all the way. You're going to say, well, this is a Bronco. And Ford's going to go, no, it's not. It's a vintage whatever the fuck. Like, what VIN number is on it? That's the other thing. So I think Ford is doing the exact perfect thing to scrutinize, sue them into oblivion. Not a problem. Now, let's talk about this little a lot of these podcasts are popping up, and this is not a podcast. This is a live stream. But these podcasts popping up, these clips, specifically one from a podcast called Monoxide, 2.3 thousand likes. The clips are very good. And yes, it does mimic kind of what Street Alpha Podcast does, but some of the stuff that they talk about here is very interesting. Let's talk about this one that really caught my eye and apparently caught everyone else's eye at 577,000 views about mixing ethanol. Take a listen.
You get the sludge when you run your car on E30 or E40 or E50. That's the point at which you've got just enough gasoline in there and just enough ethanol to pull out some of the compounds, and they create that film. So if you want to run E85, run E85, full E85, no blending, no go to the 85 pump, 3 gallons of this, go to the gasoline pump, 5 gallons of that, get a calculator. Just do it right, and then you don't run into these issues.
Okay, so maybe you guys need to hear that again. I think you do. Again, I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but he talks with confidence. So let's hear that one more time. It's a short clip.
You get the sludge when you run your car on E30 or E40 or E50. That's the point at which you've got just enough gasoline in there and just enough ethanol to pull out some of the compounds, and they create that film. So if you want to run E85, run E85, full E85, no blending, no go to the 85 pump, 3 gallons of this, go to the gasoline pump, 5 gallons of that, get a calculator. Just do it right, and then you don't run into these issues.
So that is Monoxide episode 110. So you can go on YouTube, check it out. Then he talked about the detergents that they use to use on pump gas, wash out the detergents they use on E85.
Ethanol gets a bad reputation for being hard on fuel systems. A lot of times, if you're...
That's not it. It's this one, I think.
You look at the ethanol molecule, it has an OH group.
That's not it either.
Ethanol gets a bad reputation for being hard on fuel systems. A lot of times, if you're running a car on E85, it creates this sticky film and it plugs up the inlet. Or sometimes the sticky film will plug up the direct injection fuel pump. It clogs up your fuel system. And what's causing that is not the E85. Everything in E85 is fully soluble in E85. Mm-hmm. And everything in gasoline is fully soluble in gasoline. But fuels are not one single chemical compound. In gasoline, there are detergents, there are oxidation inhibitors, there are a lot of additives that go in that. And ethanol also has an additive package that does things like inhibit corrosion and so forth. Well, it turns out that the additive package of E85 precipitates out when you put gasoline in it. What's precipitating out is everything that doesn't dissolve in water. So the problem with E85 is not running E85, but rather running those intermediate blends.
Now, I have always said never to run E40. I've always said never to run anything but E85 or pump gas because I don't believe in the blending. I don't believe in the E50 game. I don't believe in the E30 game. Since the beginning of time, you guys have heard this show say this. I have never wavered from that. I never said, sure, E50 in it, because I've always said, if you do E50 and 93, the whatever, let's say you have E50 in the pump, what's the remaining 50%? Horse hooves, chicken lips, gizzard, and guts. It's a joke, but what this guy says actually makes more sense, because 93 octane is 10 or 15% ethanol. The 85% of gasoline can dilute any of the additives that might be in the ethanol that is in that tank because it's only 15%. But now you flip the script. Now you have 85% ethanol, and the other 15 is 93 octane or 89 or 90 octane. Well, the vast amounts of E85 can wash out whatever additives are in the only 15% of 91 to 93 or whatever you have. But now you have gone 50-50. You take 50% ethanol and 50% gasoline. Now, maybe, according to that gentleman, the additives that are supposed to work for either are now canceling each other out. And what's happening is they're not being, let's just say, it's not creating a solvent effect. There isn't enough. I have never in my life had sludging because I run either full pump gas or full E85. I have never subscribed to the notion of having E50, E40, E30, anything like that. And I've told you guys, you're either going to run E85 or whatever, but no. Motherfuckers out there with flex fuel sensors are convincing you that it's okay. Just throw more, just run E50, run E60, run E70. And they're like, don't really have a good understanding. Now, I'm not saying this gentleman is right, but when someone talks that confidently about something, you probably tend to err on the side of caution and believe him unless you can disprove what he's saying. Now, it is up to him, in my opinion, for someone to question him, and he would be the burden of proof, meaning he would say, I have seen direct injection pumps and injectors have issues with blend fueling. Now, I live in the Coyote world. There is mostly port injection, and in 18 to 24, it's DI-PI, but the PI is not that, the DI is not that prevalent. It's almost like a secondary emissions thing, and everyone that thinks it's a power thing is psycho. But right now, you got people like Whipple and all the stupid parts houses telling you to run E30. So now they're not telling you that there's an adverse effect because it's so new. No one really knows if you run E30, E40, or E50, if there's going to be an adverse effect on your DI system. But the problem is this. If a parts house says it, do you think they've done the testing? Do you think they've done any testing? Or all they're doing is selling parts? Do you think a supercharger company that tells you to run E30 has tested E30 in a very scientific way? Not just no, fuck no. I saw a Whipple data log of a guy that has a 24 Whipple car. 20 degrees of spark advance. 20 on 16 PSI. That's a custom tune, son. On E30, the rest being race gas. Again, that is a race application, totally different. But the problem is, it bleeds down to the regular guy. It bleeds down to the NA guy. How many times have you been on Mustang 6G or 7G or whatever the fuck you got going on, or some stupid Facebook page, and the guy goes, well, if we can run E30, if I buy a boosted pump, can I run E85? This is what we're dealing with when tuners do not have input. When tuners don't have input in that space, you get retards get traction. And then when tuners step in and say, all this is wrong, parts houses, people that became prevalent lying to you, not doing scientific research, not understanding what the control system is, are going to be like, oh, they don't know nothing. We've been doing it for years. You've been doing it wrong for years. So it'll be an interesting thing. If those videos get very popular and people start refuting what he says, and then he proves it out. Look, here it is. This additive has this chemical compound. This additive has this chemical compound. It actually attacks the other, and it creates a sludge effect in the fuel tank, and the DI injectors and pump are susceptible to issues. I think that'll be a very interesting thing to watch out in the future. All right, we'll talk about some shit. What do you think? I've always said run E85 or pump gas, no blending. I've never been a fan of blending. I've never had any issues with the fuel system because I've run E85 or pump gas 100%. You can't just shave your head and call yourself Alex, okay? Just finished shutting down the Engage company. EPA got it. Even Turvey was smart enough to call this Bucephalus and said, by the way, another thing that happened is Jaguar decided to rebrand their stuff with gay stuff. Apparently Jaguar said, you know what? Let's get rid of this Jaguar logo and let's do like really gay stuff. And they went this crazy, full woke, weird. Obviously, it got a lot of clicks, but for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. Check this shit out. This is what they're pushing out there now. I'm dead serious. This is what Jaguar rebranded itself as. Yeah, so I can't wait to buy the gayest fucking car I've ever... what the hell? It's almost as bad as those fake gay Ford truck commercials. It's almost satire, but I think they're being dead serious. Alex, someone should tell Jaguar they missed the woke train by a couple of years. We don't care about new social marketing. It is hilariously bad. It's almost embarrassing. Moto IQ did a video about a year ago about short trips on E85, and you end up with sludge when E85 sucked. I agree with that 100%. I'm honestly surprised I have not seen more S650s blow up. Maybe we don't know about the ones that have blown up. I can guarantee, Dill, that there have been issues with S650s, and they trade them in. How many times have you seen someone on a podcast go, this is the fastest, and then they sell it? Why are you selling it if it's the fastest? Oh, because I'm done, and I do what I wanted to do with it. So you were just chasing clout before issues popped up. The problem with the S650 is everyone that is coming across as an expert is a retard. They are not experts on Coyote. The standard bearers, the people that are experts on Coyotes, have not touched an S650 because it's the tuner. It's the engine builder. It's the people that actually do the scientific method of figuring shit out. People pushing parts and chasing clout are not the people you should be listening to. But again, if you want to listen to them and think they're right, follow them on TikTok and say, he knows what he's talking about. Remember, guys, not too long ago, some guy said that Lund Racing sucks because we couldn't tune we said not to tune a certain injector. His car ended up shitting the bed because he didn't listen. He thought better. He thought he could do better. But kudos to him. He actually went out of his way and said, I fucked up. Learn my lesson the hard way. So a lot of you guys are listening to anybody in the S650 space. Anybody. Name your S650 anything. They don't know fucking shit. Because the people that are in the Coyote game heavy, 23 and under, have not touched the S650 yet. I don't give a fuck who complains about that fucking comment because it's the truth. No Lab Coats around here says Kerry Caverga? Kerika Verga. There you go. I was going to say, what's he trying to get to? Kerika Verga says, no lab coats around here. Phil Fast says, also, if anyone's looking for a clutch, I highly do not recommend any Mantic. I just received not one, but two. Two RXT 1200s in the mail. Compliments of Dwayne Hickman, who gets his cars built at London Chassis Dyno. Shout out to Dwayne Hickman. He's like, I got an aluminum flywheel and I got a steel flywheel one. I was like, bro, let me know how much. He just sent them. I was like, okay, no problem. Oh no, Jaguar definitely got advice from Farley on this one. Go woke, go broke. What do they sell exactly? I don't know if that's like an art gallery or a car. How can a car brand have ambiguous non-binary people with weird colored outfits on doing weird shit? How is that going to make me buy that car? The best look, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the Mustang ad that got me, I mean, it got me. I was like, I need this car. Was this ad. This thing, I needed it. When I saw that, I just lost my shit. That's an 11 to 12. That's a 13-14, I think. Yeah, because this is a 13 to 14 Mustang commercial. Let me see. Boss 302. Yeah. So that's a 13. So I own this fucking car, okay? When I saw this commercial, never did I think I would own this fucking car. I was a poor ass motherfucker. I mean, I had no money, broke, it was weird, right? I had a decently hot girlfriend, but like no car. So I wonder if that's the trade-off you gotta have. Because when you're broke, you give out some good dick. But when you got money, you just want to be about your fucking money. So I wonder if that's the trade-off. Their marketing team failed that company, says Jeff Betts. Nobody learned from Bud Light. Bud Light printed one case of beer with a homo's shit on it. I'm sorry, cross-dresser, trans, whatever. Printed one case with that Mulvaney, I think. And imagine you're in the middle of printing that can, filling up that can, sending that case to that person. That person goes on X/Twitter, says, "Oh, look at..." I said something to the guys today. That is perfect. That is perfect for this shit. Let me see if I can find it. Right, yeah, here it is. Oh, fuck. Let me see. I sent this to the guys today, and I thought it was hilarious. Look, this is relevant. And then that motherfucker started saying, "I like Bud Light. Bud Light is the best. Oh my God, I can't wait to have more Bud Light." Oh. Fuck. And then they lost billions of dollars. Not 100,000, not 200,000, not 1 million. They lost billions of dollars. That mistake was ridiculous. Let me see how much value did Bud Light lose? Let me see. The Bud Light boycott likely cost Anheuser-Busch InBev $1 billion according to InBev in sales. $1 billion. So go ahead, do your woke shit. We'll see how that works out, because after Trump being elected, all that shit is over. Feminism, over. Communism, over. Wokeism, over. Read the tea leaves. Trump country. All I'm saying? Just taking it with the go. Thank you. Andy Wynn. Nguyen is Win, apparently. So Andy Wynn, thank you very much. These people are sick. Chuck Stern says, "I like how Mustang turned pink for a second. Then it was like, nah, fuck that black GT500. Is the only difference between stage 1 and stage 2 Whipple 3? Call Whipple. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Stage 1, it's like a stock upper, a stock throttle body, and a stock lower, what the fuck do you call it? A balancer. They choose what, a 20% and a 132 throttle body? More boost. Is that the owner of Alex, what do you think about Motor Trend shutting down a shop online? It's as real simple, guys. It's a terrible product. You guys watched Motor Trend for two things. Maybe Roadkill and then Engine Masters, right? And maybe Finnegan, right? So two guys were the only reason you watched a whole fucking channel that was 40. Guys, how much do you think in debt was Motor Trend Television? Motor Trend Television debt. When I heard the number, I could not believe it. Motor Trend Channel debt. I heard it was like, oh my God, how $41 billion in debt. The $41 billion debt from the parent company, Discovery Warner Brothers. So the only reason you guys watched any Motor Trend stuff is because of Finnegan, Engine Masters, Roadkill, right? That's not enough to prop up Motor Trend. Like, the channel wasn't amazing. you guys need to understand this, guys. Car shit is low shit. Like, car shit is not that consequential. Car shit is not that important. In the grand scheme of things, politics is. Fashion is. Women's makeup is way more popular than car shit. Car shit is a money loser. So, if you're going to get into car shit, you better be ready to lose money. That's why I am blown away when somebody buys a car and hopes they're going to get rich off of it. No, if anything, if you already have an established channel, what's more than likely going to happen is you might gain a couple of followers because of that vehicle, but then you're going to have to, if you want to make money, you got to do dumb stuff like burn it. Like, it's got to blow up. You gotta get the clickbait stuff. But when it comes to funny, silly things like Roadkill and Finnegan and Engine Masters and all those, that is good for car guys. But they don't get the casual watcher. Why do you think Jake Paul makes so much money in boxing? He gets the casual guy. The boxing purist hates him. The boxing purist thinks he's a fucking clown. But the general public, which there are 10 times more of, watch him. And he makes money. So the Motor Trend channel is a money loser because every badass car show always dies. Why do you think this is called talking shit? Why do you think I have to have a personality behind it? Why do you think I have to be a little on the controversial side? Why do you think I can't suck Ford's dick when they fuck up? And why do you think I say fuck shit, come cock motherfucker? Oh, I have to be relatable. I can't just stick to car stuff because car stuff is a money loser. Was I surprised they shut down? Fuck no. Am I going to miss Roadkill? Fuck no. Am I going to miss Engine Masters? Fuck no. Plenty of other shit out there to look at. Nothing against those guys. It wasn't that great of a show. It just, the whole channel was meh. And you got to understand, vanilla does not sell. It's time to get a little personality, guys. It's time to say, this shit sucks. Well, you know, we want to go out there and we got to have a friendly show for the kids. Fuck the kids. Not literally. Don't leave out Two Girls Garage. I used to love watching Two Girls Garage because they were awful. They were awful. They were the worst. Today we're gonna install our carburetor on a. You're gonna 4 bolts and a linkage? Oh shit! Well, let me watch this. And then they did the worst thing. They didn't have hot chicks on that show. You need to have hot chicks sticking wrenches in their twats. Wrenches in their twats. Did you know that the most popular car YouTuber that is a girl is a guy? Or trans? Sarah something? Sarah Intuned. No, nothing against her. She was born a male. I'll say she. She was born a male. Engineering minded. Comes across, presents herself as a female. Has very knowledgeable car reviews and suspension stuff. Like insanely knowledgeable. And I go, that's a dude. Nothing against that person, but they identify as a female. Okay, no problem. I don't care. You're not bugging me out. But the most popular and most, I want to say the most factually correct girl YouTuber was born a male. So if you have Two Girls Garage installing a carburetor, they better have some rockin' tits. I mean, and you got to have the Mexicans like her too. So she got to be a bit of a torta. She got to be culito, But no, y'all motherfuckers are like bland ass, flat ass white girls with grease on their cheek installing a carburetor. How'd you get grease on your cheek installing a carburetor? How the fuck did that happen? So that's the problem. That the car space is lame. It's lame. It's boring. Time to talk some shit. Let's go. Kids don't pay subscriptions. Exactly. Hey, not literally. If you got a hella chopper, you're good. I miss Women Driven. Wish that bitch uploaded more content. Know what I'm saying? I remember watching Head to Head. Rodrigo Salez takes the wind out of our sails and pops the balloon and asks an actual question. Says, can an 80,000 mile 11 to 14 MTD2 car withstand Donnie's mods? They are $5,000 to $7,000 cheaper than low mile Mustangs, and I figure once boosting, I would open the motor. Once high miles Coyotes can survive it. Of course they can survive NA mods. I'm doing it right now. It's going to get cold this weekend. Florida cold, 50 degrees. I'm going to go out there and I better run an 11. So I got to find somewhere where there's some sticky icky and actually get a 60 foot that matters under a 2.0. And I'm going to get my 11-second draggy time on video. Then we do some suspension work, send it down to Thunder. Get some Team Z stuff under the car. Maybe a trans brake. And we'll see how that car goes. And if it doesn't hook on the street anymore, we get it to a track. Get a little deeper in the 11s before we shove some boost into some bitch. Motor Trend needed some wrench hose. You guys want to watch All Girls Garage? Check out how awesome All Girls Garage was. Let me see. Hi, today we're going to All Girls Garage. I can't wait. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. First of all, they're not hot. First of all, apparently, they're not hot. Let's go.
The girls have a 69 Mustang.
Oh, get it? 69!
With a supercharged stroker engine in it.
We don't know what the fuck this is.
The owner is a little late to the EFI game.
Why did it take two women to take a carburetor out?
Charged stroker
Wow!
engine. The owner is a little late to the EFI.
Oh, Jesus! Honey, this 850 CFM carb is really heavy. Can you give me a hand? They actually taped it. Oh my God, this is embarrassing.
Game, but this engine really needs the throttle response.
Where are the tits?
Once the EFI is mounted and new fuel pump is installed.
Wait a minute. What the fuck am I looking at?
Once the EFI
Wait a minute, guys. Okay. She could have taken that whole ass extension out of the car, right? Look at this extension. Mira pendeja. That extension needs to be a 1/4 inch the size, and you can put the ratchet right up against it, and you don't need a swivel. What the no wonder. This show's comedy.
Fuel pump is installed.
Oh my Lord.
No hiding this extra boost.
You got your seatbelts on? Lap belts engaged. All right.
Oh my God, it's going 10 miles an hour. Oh my God. Where's the kitchen? Where's the you know what would be funny as fuck? If they just started making a sandwich on the fucking hood of the car.
Round, come back, and come out back to our fuel regulator. So the way we want to do this.
Honey, she's a little chubby. Let's see. There's like no hot chicks. Like I don't see You think this is hot, guys? What guys think this is hot? Come on, man. All Girls Garage got the... Remember the Man Show? I can't wait until a year or two. There's going to be the Man Show's back. Remember the Man Show? There's just girls with tits out and just crazy shit. Remember Married with Children? Just big titty girls everywhere. Big ass girls all over the place for no fucking reason. Let's get back to that. That shit sold. This is awful. No wonder the car space dies. You gotta sexualize your content, especially if you're a girl, because nobody gives a shit what you gotta say. I'm sorry. You think I'm gonna look at a girl and go, oh, I can't wait to learn about cars from her? Fuck no. Get out of here. 69 stroker. Oh, are you ready to change your carburetor and add more fuel pump? Yeah, let me just get an 18-inch extension and a swivel. Well, why don't you just put the ratchet right up against it doesn't look cool. Were those even female hands? ¿Dónde están las chichis? Brother, that's her last extension. The others are lost in the line of duty, if you know what I mean. Alex Reviews Shitty Car Shows can be a new segment. Let's see what else they got going on. Let me see the and it is the Motor Trend channel. You see, Motor Trend channel? This is why your shit died. Because you had ugly girls doing shit. No offense. Let me see what other stupid fucking titles they had. All Girls Garage, Live Chat's disabled. Wait. What are they working on? Oh, what the fuck is this?
That this is kind of the weak spot. So as you have all those vibrations, it's tearing at that weak spot.
Yeah.
Had several vibrations that he was concerned about, and one is definitely coming from...
What's happening with the sound here?
Rotors, which is why I'm performing the rain job today. As you can probably...
What the fuck?
Epic oil...
This is someone else uploading. Someone ripped it off. Let me see. All Girls Garage. What really happened? Okay, what really happened to the cast of All Girls Garage? Well, no offense, they suck. I mean, they're just shit. What really happened to Faye? Hey, nobody cares. Where's the actual All Girls Garage channel? Oh, this is somebody else. Huh, let me see if they actually have shit here. Videos? Playlists? Let me see. Hot Rod Drag Week. Hot Rod Head to Head. Ultimate Adventure. Top Gear. Ultimate... where's All Girls Garage? Let's see. All Girls Garage. Let me see. All Girls Garage. Because that was awesome. Yeah, no, it was trash. It's like they tried to wipe it off of the internet. And you guys are like, you guys that watch girl racers race, I don't watch one girl racer race. Not one, because I'm not a simp ass hoe. A lot of you guys that watch these girl racers and they're talking about what they did to the car, I'm like, oh, your dad built it, your dad fucking did this, or your husband did this. You're just the vehicle of the delivery method. You're just super cute. That's it. I'm not going to sit there and try to learn racing from some chick. No offense. Trump's in office. We can get back to normal shit. We can get back to talking like normal people again. I don't learn a goddamn thing from one girl when it comes to cars or racing. Sorry. They recorded that shit on a Nokia. John Lund the Goat in the house. What's up, John? Senior is... Wait, are you in the air yet? Senior? John Lund Senior is going to Europe, believe it or not. Yeah, that's right. He's going to Europe. The more they know about cars, the less attractive they are. In my opinion, keep girls away from cars. Absolutely. We need people that just are like, ladies, you know what's attractive? You know what's attractive to us? You cooking a badass meal. Oh, I don't give a fuck. If you can wrench, points go down. No, thank you. Keep them toes nice. Keep them nails nice. Be pretty. Cook. Y cállate la boca. We got the rest. That's all. We don't want anything above and beyond that. Would you ever recommend someone to learn about coyotes rebuilding one from scratch, assuming they don't know much? Fuck no. This is what you do with coyotes, Michael Weatherby. Stop trying to learn shit. Because motor builders that build coyotes fucking suck. There's only two that I trust with a coyote. FFRE and Ford. That's it. And whoever complains to my boss, get in fucking line. There's a big here's a number. Grab a number, get in line, go complain to my boss that I say that you fucking suck because you're not FFRE or fucking Ford. Sorry. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. See? You think you watch this because it's car shit? No, there's a little personality back there. Jessie, which she was not hot. The girl Jessie was not hot, okay? If you like 12-year-old boys, she was hot. There's nothing hot about that chick. Rest in peace. But that chick was not hot. Cut the shit. Alex Taylor is legit. Here we go. Simp alert. Here we fucking go. Wait, I need an alarm. Fucking simp. She's hot. Fuck out of here. What the fuck is... Like, what... You believe... let me see. Alarm sound. I need a simp alert alarm sound. Let me see. This one... yeah, there it is. Fucking simp alert. Get the fuck out of here. She's hot. What's a hot chick? Hot for girl racers? Sure. But not hot for like regular life. Since when did 5s or 4s become hot all of a sudden? Get out of here. Easy fellas. Sydney Sweeney's hobby is restoring old cars. This is a proven fact. Who the fuck is Sydney Sweeney? Senior in the air right now. He said 39,000 feet heading west. Why she got a moldy mop on her head? Senior has Wi-Fi on the jet. Badass. Good for you. With Gen 3 FFE, do O2 spacers impact flex logic? Number one, we don't do flex logic on Gen 3, so there goes that. We don't do flex on any vehicle that didn't come already with flex logic in it. And no, free-flowing exhaust does not impact the flex logic. Michael Weatherby says, no complaints here, only advice, thanks. Jesse is a pile of... oh, shit. Stop. Holy shit, Mike. Mini bike Madman. You're living up to your name. But the Texas Speed guy seemed well spoken. Hey man, why don't you tell me what's so good about this? Reaper, shout out to you, Reaper. You tried your hardest to get the Texas Speed guy to talk positively about this Coyote. Tell me what's all make this Thunder Boost. It's got cams and rods. What about volumetric efficiency? What about the cylinder heads? What about 4 valves of cylinder? Oh, this guy's a fucking dud. Christy Lee, anyone? She's not hot. Next simp that comes out should get a time out. Thanks for recommending the 2.3 blower for dig racing setup, Theo. I absolutely love it, says Cayo Bro Souza. Finally got her dialed in. Hot for the industry standard, exactly. There are Ukrainian women flying in from Ukraine right now trying to get away from the war that are 10 times hotter than any car chick. And they work in like regular jobs. Guys, get the fuck down here. Just Ukrainian women are just flying here. And they're like, oh, hello, you have bald head and Puerto Rican. I love it. You do? Yes, in my country, only 6'8" blonde, blue-eyed men. Ugh, so boring. I'm like, wow. Come on over here, honey. Calling ticket number 2015 for bitching Alex's boss about how he hurt your feelings. I watch Autumn Spooner because of the Chi-Chis. Wow, Minibike didn't see that. I was the real teal guy. Gotta be the Ashes guy. Wow. There's an Alex Taylor BJ video out there. It's not bad. Says Clint Stroke. One thing you can guarantee about women in the car space, there's video or pictures of her vagina somewhere out there. And they're usually like this, like spreading it there. Here you go. I guarantee every car chick has a video of them. You go. Let me get a ride in your Camaro. Oh, bro, you gotta love it. Jay Tucker's wife's boyfriend says, my girlfriend is not a pile of ashes. Her mitt might as well be from the feel of it. Wow. Every guy needs to find what works for them. I'm 19 years with my wife, and here we go. Nobody wants to hear how happy you are. Nobody wants to hear how happy you are. Stop it. Hey, Alex, Ukrainian chicks all over Dallas, especially in the service industry. It's ridiculous. Ukrainian women are coming here and snatching up the dudes. So, ladies, keep on with your feminist bullshit. Keep on with your hot girl summer. We're gonna hit up these Ukrainian girls. Fuck all that. She's a solid 1400C. Wow. Who was hotter at the end? Paul Walker. Oh, no. I don't want it to become a morbid chat, but it is pretty funny. Source? Ain't no way. Source? Exactly. We're killing it tonight. All right, boys. Post the link. Yo, where's the BJ link? Bobby recorded her and uploaded on the hub. Get out. Stop it. If there's a link, email me that link, and I'll watch it on live and give you play-by-play, but I will not show it to you guys. But that is pretty funny. They got the Dr. Spreaders on the couch. Get that link up, Clint Stroke. I bought all my cars. I gotta keep broke guys. I bought all my cars. I gotta keep broke guys out of them. What does that mean? How is that a flex? I bought all my cars. We all bought our cars. We all bought all our cars. I gotta keep broke guys out of them. No one cares that you have cars. You want to know when your value goes up? Jessica, if that's even your name. If you can cook a badass meal. No one cares that you got cars. No one cares that you got fast cars. I don't care if you got a 6-second car, a 2,000 horsepower car. That does not bring your value up. What brings your value up is how good you can cook, how good you can rub the shoulder, and how good you can suck the bitch up. That's it. Nothing else. I spit my drink out when he said Ashy mid. Bring back the man show and the hot chicks jumping on trampolines. Play the video to the mic. No balls. Then let's all watch it together. Break out the stirrups. What about who's Bobby? Okay, wait. I don't want to get out. I don't know her. This is crazy. I don't know her. I don't know her from Adam. She's probably a great girl, but I don't want to But if there's video out there, oh, bro, let's spike the video stats. Fuck me. A pic of a chick spreading her shit has got to be one of the worst pics to receive. Put some creativity into it at least. The most valuable woman is a woman that creates a home out of a house. Jeff Betts, believe it or not, is one of those guys that I think made it in life. You know what I mean? The guy has a close relationship with he's religious. He has a close relationship with God. He speaks about it and he's not shy about it. Shout out to him for doing that. Has a stunning wife. He seems to be doing really well. He has a business he loves. He moved from Texas to Florida, back to Texas. She's still with him, and he has a very active car hobby, and he goes mountain biking somewhere like in Austin. The dude, in my opinion, is living the life. So shout out to you. You've made it. I watch your shit, and I'm like, good for you, bro. Cars are dead. 99% are underappreciating Bobby Bullets. Is her man. I don't know. Bobby's her man, but no way he uploaded BJ video. Come on, stop it. There goes 1% female audience. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to, but if there's a video, at least it's going to be in y'all's suggested videos tonight. I don't want to ride your junkyard LS Camaro. Here we go. You know, when girls come in here, they just fucking bring the vibe to a fucking screeching halt. Just a fucking screeching halt. We're fucking chilling. This is a man show. If you're going to come here, you're going to come here with that fucking energy. Please stop with the bullshit. The most valuable woman leaves before you wake up. Appreciate the kind word. No, you're doing it right. You're doing a good job. So, yeah, in the car space, Motor Trend died because they did not have sex appeal. They're using that 80s, 90s programming of like fuddy-duddy, let's not swear, let's not be edgy. Guys, when a president during a debate can say bullshit, when on CNN, Fox, and cable's channels, the word bullshit just flies, you gotta be a little on the edgy side. And when was the last time you spoke with your friend about cars and didn't talk shit and didn't talk, with some, let's just say, less than favorable words? So when you're on road, actually, does that mean drag week is over? Think about it, guys. If Motor Trend died, does that mean Drag Week died? Because was that not sponsored by Motor Trend? Guys, let's talk about that. Was that not the original? So if Motor Trend dying causes Drag Week to die, well, here comes Sick Week, Rocky Mountain Bike Week. Then we got we got every week there is, Skeet and Yeet, Jizz and Piz. I don't know what the hell racing organizations are out there anymore. Joseph Lake says, easy, the hottest chick I ever dated went on one date with was a Russian chick. She was married only to get her green card. Russian women are perfect. 1, they don't have American culture. 2, they barely speak the language. 3, they're skinny and hot. A Ukrainian or Russian 7 is a Miami 11. Stop it. We will just go. No more passport, bro. They're coming here because of the war. Go make a sandwich. Here we go. I got a short leash today, honey. I got a short leash today. You either conform or get the fuck out. We ain't about that shit. We ain't here idolizing the puss. That's not this channel. that treatment that you get at car meets, that shit don't happen here. Peter Chow says, what turbo's in the Grey Goose? Mr. Senior, hopefully he's on, he'll tell you. Cargo, I'm an independent woman. I ain't need no man until she's got to rotate her tires or do an oil change. I can do my own oil change. Pretty ironic considering you're biologically more prone to get emotional. Okay, what's happening? They closed their shop in El Segundo. Oh, she's poking the bear. Hot Rod Magazine. Thank you. So Hot Rod Magazine is not Drag Week. Thank you. Appreciate that. I didn't know. Good. Hopefully, because look, Drag Week is cool. Every single time I watch Drag Week, I think it's very cool. I like the announcers, but the problem is they're not edgy, but they get plenty of views. They could do better. They could open up the, do they allow donations? I'm not sure. Alex, can you swap a Gen 1 5.0 into a 13 EcoBoost? When it smokes, I want to swap it. Yeah, but then okay, mini bike. How are you going to control it? You're going to control it with a Coyote computer, right? So basically, you got to swap everything out. Body control module, everything. I'm not sure if the body control module on F-150s jives with a Ford Racing control pack? Because you're going to need a Ford Racing control pack or a Gen 1 control pack with pads off. How is all that going to work? I don't know. Sue Mundamor says, let's not get sensitive. One more time, Jessica, come ride my grassroots Bicho. I'm always smiling, says, here we go. Hey, hey, guys, let's just fucking get rid of this chick. Hey, Bryson, do me a favor. Take Jessica Sylvia, get her the fuck out of here. Show her that we don't give a fuck. Show her that unless she's recraning and making sandwiches, nobody gives a fuck. Get her the fuck out of here. Get her the fuck out of here. I don't need, this is a man show. We don't need some chick coming in here with her bullshit. Bryson, show her the door. Because I can't. I'm live. Drag Week is property of Hot Rod Magazine, different from Motor Trend. David Freiberger explained it all on a video Tuesday. Good to hear. At least the EPA can't fuck up drag and drives anymore. They might be able to do it. Says the girl with the mask in her photo. Can attest, I wifed a Russian girl, says Low and Slow. Jessica, what's the relationship like with your father? Any girl that posts a picture of her with a fucking ghillie, or what do you call it? Not ghillie, ghillie suit is like for what's a shiesty? A shiesty or a mask? Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Chapman Auto Performance says, you convinced me. I ditched the Suncoast Trans, Midnight 10R, and RPG motor. Thanks, boss. Now, I didn't say Suncoast is bad. I'm just saying I know Midnight stuff. I know Scott Richardson stuff. I don't know Suncoast to be Billy Badass stuff. They can complain all they want. Grab a ticket, go complain to Lund. Go for it. Get in the fucking bathroom. Wait, Ashley Fox is a man? No, Ashley Fox is a chick. Joseph Lay says, Polish couple, wife was smoking, told me to go to Krakow and I could clean up. Give her the boot. Get her the fuck out of here. Pooh Shiesty. Neck Gator, this chat is not real, says Jamoke A-hole. Baklava. Balaclava. No, I thought a Shiesty was this thing. Images. This is a Shiesty, right? Sorry if I said the street name. What are they actually called? Called it a Shiesty. Winterliner. I don't know. I called it a Shiesty. The brothers with the Shiesty. Amazon Crime. That's so good. Amazon Crime. That's good. See, we actually promote crime. That's very good. I like it. I like it very much. He just James Brown that chick. Su mundo amor. Theo, if I grab the cookie and drop the roof, can we nap around 7 Eastern Standard Time? Don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Suncoast is like the company that remanned Chevy 350s, old Jasper. Alex, need one in Chirac. Hellcat. The track calls Baklava. Suncoast is shit in diesel world. Suncoast is shit in the diesel world anymore. Gotcha. Amazon Crime. It is very funny. She's a window licker. Gerardo Chavez says, I have a Gentoo Coyote Mustang with a rush cold air intake. Long tube header, catless, full exhaust. What tuner would you use? Gerardo, let me ask you a question. Serious question. I'm not trying to be a dick. Who do I work for? Gerardo Chavez. Gerardo Chavez.
Or did that?
He tried to steal money, and he's a fucking asshole. That's what.
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
Shiesties are low credit score. That's badass. Chapman says, send me a P.O. box. I'm sending you a Shiesty now. Just send it to Power by the Hour. Power by the Hour, 127 Linden Lane, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33406, care of Alejandro Flores. Send me that Shiesty. I'll wear it on the chat. I'll wear a Shiesty on the chat with sunglasses and the wig. Fuck it. LRX. But if you got a Hellcat, you better has a Shiesty. LRX, PBD, LRX, Rush Cold Air. I think he meant the Vice. PBD, Puro Pinche 956. Hey, Alex, can you give me recommendations on your competitors? That's what I'm getting at. So when you click on this chat, do you know who I work for? Do you know like I'm wondering there's a lot of people that are new and maybe they're sick and tired of listening to the Go Soft podcast and they're like, okay, this guy's not telling me anything because he doesn't know any English. And then they're sick and tired of listening to this guy, that guy, and they're like, okay, this guy's over here with almost 400 people on the chat. Maybe he knows some stuff. And then they start asking questions and they don't even know who the fuck I work for. And I'm like, The thing is, I can't make this a Lund Racing chat because I want to be able to like be autonomous and not really implicate them in bullshit. You know what I am saying? Bombay's B Show. Easy answer. Best in business, Lund Racing. Alex going to be reliving his LK days. LK? Oh, get out of here. Stop it. Everyone knows you work with... Alex, I have a debate, says Jacob Mitchell. PBH still got the same address? Yes. 127 Lindy Lane, Suite A. 127 Lindy Lane, Suite A. West Palm Beach, Florida, 33406. Shiesty in the Shelby. Think Canelo will box Jake Paul? No. Jake Paul's over 200 pounds. Canelo fights at 168. They're not going to fight. So just get that shit out of there. Was Rico Suave referencing a device for tuning? Do you even know who Boppy is? Was he even turned on? Alex is going to recommend Turvy tuning. Chapman says, we'll have it in the mail tomorrow. Badass. I love it. Would Canelo fight a nobody? He's not a nobody. You got to understand, if you want to make $20 million, you fight Jake Paul. But Canelo's making like $30 million to fight, so I don't think he needs to do anything out of the ordinary. Mr. Ragebait now has a failing tensioner on his build. Glad Lund isn't getting blamed for more failing parts. Tune issue. Car don't run right. Who's this? Oh! Really? Ragebaiter has a broken tensioner. Sometimes it's better to let them have a rage moment and not deal with them ever again. You got to understand, sometimes let people have their moment online. Lund is going to be around. Lund is going to be around no matter what. When it comes to tuning, probably the last company to go away from tuning is going to be Lund, unless there's a big windfall of money and Senior goes, you know what? I'm done. And then Junior will go do his own thing privately. You know, he'll make $1 million on his own. And I'll just go ahead and keep doing videos and probably work for Power of the Hour just to have like insurance. But at the end of the day, I'm blown away that people out there think that they're going to somehow adversely affect Lund Racing by posting online. Do you know what happens when you post online about Lund Racing, about your bad experiences? People start looking up Lund Racing. You could almost see it in the metrics of search engines, when people go fuck Lund, fuck Lund, fuck Lund, people the searches go up, and out of the people that search, I guarantee 70% go, Lund has a record, Lund tunes this, oh my god, that guy did da. Oh shit, I might look into them. And then all of a sudden in the ticket system you see, yeah, I was on that post when that guy was talking shit and he sounded crazy. So I said, let me do some research on my own. And I thought you guys are pretty legit. I'd like to have you guys tune my car. He pays for a tune, gets a tune that day or the next day. Sends in a log, gets a revision within that same business day. Sends in another log, another revision, tune is done. 2 days in, the guy goes, wait a minute, it doesn't take 2 weeks? No, why would it take 2 weeks? You paid Monday, we sent you a tune Tuesday, you sent the log Wednesday, we got you out the door by Thursday. Damn. So then that guy goes to a meet, goes, bro, my car's tuned by Lund, races a couple people, beats them. You talking negatively about Lund, making fun of Lund, puts a spotlight on Lund. So that's why we're not out there really talking all that shit. Y'all do it for us. You guys are not that smart. Wait, you work for Lund? Left my house off sunglasses inside. Wonder how many we can send Alex till he gets pissed off. No, it won't piss me off. It'll piss off Jake. Alex, in your profile it says PBH 124 Lindy Lane, Suite A, just an FYI. Good. Yes, that's why I don't want you guys sending me anything to my house. You think I'm going to give you my home address? I didn't know Canelo was that light. Didn't fully pay attention to boxing. He is little and light. Jake Paul's 6'1", 220. Canelo is 5'8", 5'7", 168, 170. Come on, it's not even a fight. Facebook is the place to have your tantrum. Oh, okay, thanks, Bryson. Morning Wood says, homie sits in the corner twiddling his thumbs while yeah, Justin White carries that podcast because Justin White knows English. Homie, the other guy don't know shit. Lund, order with device, shipment 1 week from order to tuned and peace. And that's usually what we had. Okay. My favorite thing is to find shops that are so with it that I recommend that shop to people. A gentleman today had a ProCharge Gen 2 P1X pump gas ID1000s return style fuel system. He goes, hey, let's get on the dyno. Got on the dyno today. It made a little more boost than I wanted, but the fuel quality was good. The 93 was good. It made 710 rear roll horsepower on pump gas. I said, that's a little high. So I suggest you guys on pump gas, get the pulley size bigger in case you come across bad pump gas. Then, speaking of that reminded me of something else. Then we switched it on E85 and made 860 rear roll horsepower, bro, on the same boost. Now, let's talk about pump gas is not pump gas everywhere. This is a good one. Again, from Monoxide. Again, let's look it up. Let me see. Big cam, trade-offs, ready to... it's this guy. Good tuner. Here we go. Right here. Listen up, guys.
You mentioned specific parts of the country.
It seems to be Arizona, California, Colorado, and it is Chinese gas levels of knock-prone garbage fuel. If you've ever been on the Cobb website and you're looking at their Access Sport off-the-shelf maps, they have specific maps for those parts of the country. It's so much worse, they had to spend the time retuning the cars just for that fuel.
So, just like I talk about, every single time I get a guy that goes, I got 93 in the tank, but where do you live? California. I got 91 in the tank. I got California. I got 91 in the tank, Colorado. Well, that's not, just because it's 93 does not mean it's 93 like it is in Georgia, North Carolina, Detroit, or some parts of Florida. That's why when somebody makes 700 rear roll horsepower on pump gas, I go, whoa. Let's lower the boost, because let's say you take a road trip and you're like, I made 710 horsepower, 93. Then you go, to grandma's house coming Thanksgiving and you want to show off. That's happening. I'm going to go show off my new ride to my uncle in, fucking Colorado. You drive over there with your Mustang on pump gas. It makes 700 on 93. No big deal. Then you fill up in wherever, Arizona, wherever the fuck over there. And you go, what? And it grenades itself. And you immediately blame the tune. And I go, no. Pump gas is not pump gas across the country. Different suppliers, different refineries, different everything. Like, pump gas is not one big, massive USA gas company that distributes the gasoline all over the place. There's Texaco, Shell, there's Aramco. There's a bunch of different people that have different additives. And those additives actually help mitigate some of the knock tendencies that some of the worst fuels might have. So please, don't take it from me. Take it from a guy that sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Jacob Mitchell. Alex, you say the Mustang Gen 3 is faster than the Gen 4, but the Gen 4 Mustang with a Whipple is way fast. No, it's not. What the fuck is wrong with you, Jacob Mitchell? A Gen 3 Mustang on 20 degrees of timing and 16 pounds of boost runs 8. I repeat, Jacob Mitchell, this is not opinion. This is based on my 10 years of experience. A Gen 2 Mustang, 20 degrees of timing, race gas, because that's what they use. Evo uses race gas. All the other people use race gas. And Whipple sends them a custom tune. Because I've seen a data log of 20 degrees of spark advance on a 16 to 17 PSI Whipple Gen 4. Stop the fucking cap. Gen 3 is faster than Gen 4 mod for mod. It's just been proven. Oh, I don't even know why you're fucking arguing. Who do you think has more data? You or me? All those parts houses that you see tell you this thing makes this much on pump gas are lying to you. They use octane booster. They use boostane. They use race gas. They want to sell fucking parts. When a tuner starts talking, you start listening. None of the motherfuckers that have highlighted Whipple stuff are tuners because they want to sell parts. So they'll say, this one ran great on E30. Yes. Sunoco 260 GT and 30% ethanol. This one made 800 on pump gas. Yes. With boosting and 12 PSI. Holy shit. You believe the Gen 4 just magically makes more power when the engine is essentially the exact same fucking motor as Gen 3? Do you think there's element 115 coated in the fucking cylinders that just magically makes pump gas able to tolerate 20 degrees at 16 PSI? This is what happens when tuners are taken out of the equation. Shenanigans. Oh my God. Brent Speed went to the track with octane booster and ran 9s, and he told you so. Then he put headers in the thing and took the cap. Oh. This is what happens when they're removed from the equation. This is what happens when people that know shit are removed from the equation and parts pushers are giving you information. And then all of a sudden, you guys are going to do this. You're going to go, let me get a Whipple Stage 2 kit. Okay, let me put it in the car. Cool. Let me go to the dyno on 16 PSI on 93 octane. 710 real horsepower and 3 degrees of knock. Wait a minute. I don't get that. Well, did you see the can full of octane booster in the videos? But why would they lie to me? The same reason that Ford puts out commercials that go, the best truck in America. The best selling truck between the age ranges of 36 and 55. The number one truck ever to be made. Those aren't claims that have to be backed up by fact. They're just claims. Nothing. Like, if I was to have baseball bats, right? And I go, TPXs are way better than Louisville Sluggers. TPXs are the best bats. Are you going to take my word for it? But then the next guy's going to go, no, Louisville Sluggers are way better than TPXs. Oh, well, who's telling the truth? It's an opinion. It's an opinion. Poor guy would buy poop in a bag if this had Whipple on it. It's called Transpower. Superchargers have pronouns. Cobra, you get a custom tune from Whipple to run 8s, and the injectors go bye-bye. Cobra 460. It's happening. Do you know what's happening out there, guys? The Whipple tunes that are seeing 20 degrees on 15 to 16 PSI with 55-pound injectors, which are Predator injectors, even with a boosted pump, AFR is starting to spike. Oh, what's that? AFR is start. How do you fix this? You get a bigger injector in there, pendejo. Oh, what? Oh, your 8-second car with a less than pump gas dense fuel and a 55-pound injector is starting to run lean at what? Well, son of a bitch. What do you do about that? You get an ID 1000 or 1050X, a return style fuel system, an E85 or race gas. Problem solved. Can't do that without custom tuning. But Whipple's tuning. So Whipple, why don't you get Ed Badillo out there to make yourself a return style fuel system value file, plop it onto the Tomahawk, and then get yourself a ID 1050X value file, plop that onto the Tomahawk, and call it the race. You're tuning. You're tuning. You're custom tuning. You're shoving 20 degrees of spark advance on a car that makes 15 to 16 PSI with custom transmission changes. So what's the big deal? Throw a 1050X in there and throw a return style fuel system in there. You're tuning, aren't you? We'll see. We'll see. Funny how maybe the new tariff negotiation will go into place and possibly allow American cars to get sold overseas. They get Gen 4 Lightning and the Mach-E. What's that? Sasso. Michael Weatherby says to Anthony, I have a buddy who's like that. He literally will ride Whipple until the world's going, until the end of the world, about their warranty. Ease of install. Nothing about how it actually performs. Chapman, Shiesty will be there tomorrow. Will be from Quinn. Can't fucking wait, says Chapman Auto Performance. I wonder if people are getting 420, 430 codes with their Whipple tune. Haven't seen many lights on the dashboard of the influencers with free-flowing exhaust. You want to... can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You know, sometimes there are days that I wish I could tell you everything. Everything that I know. Everything that I think they're doing. Every trick that everyone's getting away with. Thinking that it's some kind of magic when it's literally a switch in the fucking tune. It's literally making a 0, a 1 a 0, or a 6 a 1. Alex, don't tell clown ass Dustin what to do. Oh, bye. I only shop at Home Depot. I don't know. If you are tuning custom changes on certain vehicles to push a product, shove a 1050X file in the Tomahawk, a return style fuel system change, because you know, there's changes that have to happen in the tune for a return style fuel system. I mean, maybe somebody can, I don't know, draw a tune from somewhere and show you what the changes are. Not like you would have access to that anywhere, would you? Would you have access to anyone that has return fuel system changes and willing to show you what to change in the calibration? Ooh, good shit. Are you going to run any returnless fuel systems in any of your swaps? Or will you just go with what's proven? The Corvette's going to get a deadheaded fuel system up to 800 horse. And then if I need a return style fuel system, I need 85. I got to drop the whole fucking transaxle. Oscar Hernandez, YOLO douchebag shorts with a shiesty. Calling Lund HQ first thing in the morning to fire you. The suspense is killing us, says Joe Swish. 3-2-1 build. Whose turbo kit combo do you recommend for 1200 horsepower goals? I'm going to be honest with you. Hellion, Aldo, all of them can make. Hell, even on 3 can do that. Calm down, Nardi, says Bondo Bird. Bondo Bird's got to be good. They gave him a fucking Whipple for his Chevy truck. Yo, chill out, man. I got a Whipple on my fucking daily, man. I got to stop, man. I got to... Relax, Nardi. Shit. Austin Wells says, I was thinking about getting a tune update from a Whipple F-150, but you talked me into it, Alex. I'll just get a Lund tune because I heard someone talking shit. Call that a referral. Nice. Can that 0, 1, or 6 be found in Forscan? No, unfortunately, it cannot. It is custom changes. Slow 99 says, I'm thinking since Whipple is partnered with Ford, their injector choice has to be Ford branded. What's the largest Ford injector they can sell? This is the other thing, right? We all know there is a certain amount of flow that the injector peters out at. So my fear is any fuel being added in the speed density calculation, just for race purposes? Meaning there's individual cylinder fueling tables, right? So in the individual cylinder fueling tables, are you just going to the high load areas and just adding 10% there and hoping the injector compensates? Info Taker says, hi, just your average security says, is Lund tuning Hemis? Just wondering. No, sir. We are not tuning anything that is not a Coyote, Ford Explorer ST, Raptor, 3.5 EcoBoost F-150s, 2.7 EcoBoost F-150s, and pre-Gen 3 EcoBoost Mustangs. We do not tune the 18 and up Mustang EcoBoost because it's gay and it's a rental car, and we just decided to stop. And we do GT500s, old GT500s too. And then with the advent or the latest changes, we are now supporting slightly older vehicles, but no 03 Mustangs or shit like that. None of that. Well, shit, Spacers it is again. And then, says T. Nelson, you got to understand, light bulbs go off when I see a free-flowing exhaust not throw a light. Light bulbs go off when I see a 55-pound injector run low 9s, high 8s. So, no, I get it, Bondo. Hey, his loyalty is great. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak the truth. And if it's against them, that's okay. But I expect you to support them because they've had your back. but I'm gonna have the industry's back. And you've been great to me. I don't think your employment at Whipple is contrary to our interaction. I think you shout out to them and I shout out to them, and whatever falls in between, it's all good. But I'm cool with him. No 3 valves. Damn. When is the return style fuel system necessary? I don't think it's necessary. I think it's, in my opinion, once you go 85, you got to go return style fuel system, just because there's 30% more demand. That's all. Dropped in late, says AJ. Dropping a like and I'll catch replay. Sorry, saw you played Monoxide clip. Did you see the part about the Coyote DI? Yes. Should his company make a DI upgrade for Gen 3, Gen 4? Nope. Please do not even try to make DI upgrades for Mustangs. They're not worth shit. Slap a 16 Lund, tune in that Tomahawk and get after it. Michael Weatherby says, me and my friend have gone back and forth about the 2.3 TVS and the 3.0 Whipple, but it's like arguing with a wall. Won't listen to any fact or reason. I get it. Look, there's case uses for all of them. I think a more reliable, powerful setup under 1,000, it's hard to beat any TVS pack, rotor pack. Not just that deal, the 10R80 is not liking that at all. The NOx sensors, O2 sensors, spark events, and everything else is going to go haywire. How can someone get a custom tune on a 24 and expect no issues? I don't know. I think a lot of people need to realize that the 24 Mustang is not that much different than the Gen 3 Mustang, except maybe the computer, architecture, maybe the programming makes the 10R80 better because of how it works. Yeah, exactly. He's cool. I like Bondober. Bondober's been super solid. I also got some, remember those pulleys you gave me way back in the day? I still got them. Do you want me to just send them back, or should I give them away on the chat? I should just give them away on the chat, because I'm not going to run a Whipple, because I sold the Whipple blower. I think that the computer, being an MG1, like a 21 and up F-150 computer, might solve the issues with the 10R80. I think the issues with the 10R80 are not necessarily hardware, but software, programming. Because a lot of the times when you guys do cam resets on your cars, it takes the flaring away. Why would a cam reset take the flaring away from a 10R80? Learned values, learned throttle position, learned shift pressures, learned valve body actuation. Once you clear all that shit out, car drives great. So it tells me there's something in the programming. Capcom says, I'll watch later tonight. I'm going to send you a shirt real soon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Money 40. Light bulbs go out when you fix it in the tune. I agree 100%. All right, guys. We can end it there. It's been a great show. Very good. Very, very quick. Good stuff. We talked about Ford suing vintage Broncos because they're putting old-bodied Broncos onto new chassis. And I think they're right to do so. You got to protect your stuff. You got to protect your trademark. You got to protect your claim. You got to protect the public because they have not gone through the NHTSA testing for crash and stuff like that. And your name is behind it. Being a Ford Bronco, you're actually putting people in danger if you're shoving a Coyote in it with an old body that has not been proven to be roadworthy at all. So that is an interesting way of looking at that problem. We talked about why Motor Trend died. And Motor Trend died because they didn't have enough titties on their channel. And they had a girl take a carburetor out and need help. So that alone would give you kind of a clue. And let's be honest, the car space is not that popular amongst guys, amongst the general public. It's a very niche, specific group of people. They're usually fat. They're usually at tracks. They usually got their belly hanging over their nuts. So you can only make so much money with those type of people. You got to kind of spice it up a little bit if you want to get the regular viewer, the regular watcher. And we finished it up with some Whipple stuff, some 24 Mustang stuff that we talked about, because it's funny to hear all the chickens coming home to roost about shit we said about the 24 Mustang, and now people are trying to get after it, and the car is starting to lean out. And how do you fix that? Bigger injector and a fuel system, but that requires custom tuning. I'm out of here. I'll be back on Sunday morning, Peasant Chat. We talk to the poor people on the Peasant Chat with anything that it will happen, has happened in the last couple of days. We'll try to get after it, try to talk to poor people. I will be doing giveaways. This is what I have to give away. Again, if you're on Patreon, I gave Bryson Witt this guy. This is like a complete drive kit and a crank support for his GT500. Kilometers got the 2-inch primary headers from American Racing. Shout out to him. Give me some time. I'm gonna get you guys that stuff shipped. I also have crank supports from MFP. 6-strip Whipple, 10 rib Whipple. If you're a Patreon subscriber, I have asked you if you have a Whipple Coyote. And if you do, my plan is to give away the stuff on Patreon, at least 4 of them, 2 6 rib, 2 10 rib, and the other 2 I'll give away on this channel. If you have a Whipple equipped Coyote, you will get a free crank support just by watching, and one of the chats could be Tuesday, could be whenever, but if you're a Patreon sub, I'll be giving away 4, 2 6 rib, 2 10 rib away on Patreon. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Sunday morning for Peasant Chat. See you later. Bye.